Hello and welcome to PKR TV, where PKR players get the chance to show off their skills. Coming up on tonight's show, we have the final table of the PKR Masters, with its $100,000 prize pool and 25 grand first prize. This is the real deal. Alongside Dan Grant in the commentary booth is one man who knows exactly what it takes to win the big money. Team PKR Pro, Jay Cody.
Okay, new hand.
Well, this is the final table every PKR player wants to master. And, well, one guy who's been here before is Brit Kickoff. Fourth in 2008 for 8 grand. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, this is a big final table.
That's right, $270 to enter, 25k up top.
Raise.
And there will certainly be some nerves at this table. These guys have been going for almost 9 hours now.
For sure.
And a bit of tiredness could well screw your chances of a big score.
It could. Could definitely be life-changing money for a lot of these players too.
Yeah. And, you know, it can also be the start of
a
poker
blossoming career.
Yeah.
New hand.
Or you could go to the 5-10 and get rid of it all. It just depends. A lot of cash game sharks hang around this final table in the hope that maybe someone can be persuaded. Poker's a predatory game.
It is.
Okay, all in.
Well, Don Corleone looking for an opportunity.
Sevens is good enough.
No one wants to go out 10th, but this is a nice chance. With just the merest hint that you might get a fold as well.
Small chance.
Yeah.
I mean, he's unlucky to run into that specific angle. He's got the suits even covered. It's like the worst possible angle you could see.
Yeah, I mean, you see the odd person, especially a larger stack, opening with, you know, suited aces and other stuff that might well have passed there, but
wide variety of hands.
Not the eights. Oh dear.
And that's that.
Whilst there's still the odd card to come, you have hope. But, well, that was the end of it. And 9th place, Don Corleone, $1,600.
Nothing to it sniffed at.
Yeah, I suppose.
So 4 big blinds. Yep. I like the shove. I feel like you just kind of got to go with the king now. It's kind of an ugly hand, but you can't wait around all day.
Yeah, and won't be appalled to see the kind of shape he's in.
Good spot to double up. Like she's got some stuff going on.
6 will do.
That's good.
Let's see the river.
Fade the river, and yes. There we go.
And now she's back in it.
Well, not out of the woods, but yeah. I guess, you know, 8-handed, you've got a little bit of time.
Yep. You can get a few shoves through.
Yeah, there's 23 grand in the middle.
Loving life.
I'm going to fold.
I'm gonna fold.
I fold.
The man who's been here before kickoff gets
6
out
on the
way.
burn. Yeah, I think she should just shove again, try and steal the blinds.
Ooh, well, down from 100 to 63.
Looks like she's been waiting for this.
So a round has gone by. And, oh dear, we can see but 2 outs.
Yeah.
Going to need some serious help here.
Need some kings, and the big blind folded a king, so
Yeah.
2 outs.
Let's have the turn card.
Yeah, just a king.
Let's see the river.
Well, one double up was not enough. And the German returns to Leipzig with 2,100. Now it gets interesting. 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand, 7 and upwards.
Yeah, now it starts to get interesting.
Raise.
Fold.
2x from kickoff.
Yep, love it. Can't see Vince doing anything here with the 6-8 offsuit. Sharon looks like she'll probably get involved.
I raise.
Yeah, I like the sizing.
Interesting spot for the queens. A raise and a re-raise.
Yep, I think that's all he can do. He's just got to move in.
Good luck.
It's actually not... I wouldn't be too excited with queens there, to be honest, when it's gone raise under the gun and the small blind 3-bets.
So what does that mean if you're the ace-king? Does that mean you're also not particularly excited
I'm not
either?
specifically excited either. Like, I feel like everyone's going to have big hands in this situation.
Right.
Well, the blinds.
I call.
I mean,
There
queens
you
has
go.
got to be the absolute minimum. If you're sat there with the ace king
Yeah,
and not
that's
particularly
lovely.
happy. Jack's
Here
good.
comes the river.
2 pair. It's not good enough.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pass ace king in that spot because it's an online
I
tournament.
wouldn't
You're
be
not
passing.
that deep.
And like,
New
I
hand.
think there's enough in the pot to call anyway. But I would not. I'd be calling and be like, ugh, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, you win that race, you're going to be in a awesome position at an important final table. But it did not happen.
I fold.
Wow.
Aces and a big stack. That is where you want to be.
Raise.
Yeah, can he pick up a customer?
Fold.
Fold.
Unlikely.
Well, it does look unlikely. But Kickoff
What
is a cash game player with a lot of experience and may just fancy a 3-bet.
Raise.
Oh, dear. This is a nice idea, but terrible timing,
Yeah.
right?
I feel like he looks like a genius if Mark's got like ace 9 and it gets through.
that's me.
But
Yeah, well, he hears the bad news pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
you can't call. Obviously.
Well, he tried. And Mark can be grateful. For,
Definitely showed some flair there. I like,
Yeah, well,
I like a bit of flair.
Yeah, indeed. Why not? I mean, it really doesn't look at first sight like anyone's attempting to dominate this
Yeah.
table.
I mean, he's unlucky to run into the aces.
Yeah, I mean, there's no big cash game players here, and there's certainly none of the kind of most successful tournament players on PKR here. So there's kind of a vacuum into which someone can
I
step.
fold.
Yep.
I fold.
Massive stack for the Swiss.
Wow, and now he's picked up queens.
I'm all in.
Hate pocket fives, must love
It's
pocket
going to be a
queens.
very optimistic call with the freeze.
Yeah.
And he lays it down.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be
Seems
plenty of pre-flop poker.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I suppose.
New hand.
Yeah, I feel like tournament poker at this stage is quite a pre-flop game though, so I actually quite
I'm
enjoy
gonna fold.
looking at these different situations.
And
Fold.
given that you only really get to that stage
I'm
for,
all in.
you know, occasionally when you
I
do
call.
go deep, how
Yep.
do you practice this kind of thing? And
I
it's
fold.
at the
Good
most
luck.
crucial juncture in a tournament. How do you go away and actually practice pre-flop short stack
I
poker?
guess you just got to play as much as you can.
Just
play.
get deep lots.
Yeah, just get deep lots.
There
Okay.
you go.
Well, Kickoff.
Okay, here's the flop.
It's not his tournament life,
No.
but he wouldn't mind winning
Right,
this. It's an
let's see
important
the
pot for him
river.
too.
I think Sharon only had 6 big blinds, 7 big blinds, so it's not too much of a dent.
No, I suppose. But, well, all but the top two are certainly,
Hand.
certainly going to have something in the back of their mind.
Everyone's under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah. Four nil. Big
fold.
stack
I fold.
the whole way so far, but virtually invisible.
Yeah.
Wait for his time, perhaps.
Yeah, I feel like Vince has got to go with this. Needs to double up.
I'm gonna fold.
Well, Vince has got more final tables than most of this lot put together,
I think I'd call
but
with Sharon's hand here, King Jack.
could this be the end? Well, she's still got 100k, which is
Yeah.
a shovable stack and still get you some fold equity.
Yeah, I think I'd call her. I feel like he shoves enough hands, or like you'd expect a random player. I guess she knows more about him than I do. Maybe he's
Right.
been really tight.
Maybe.
So. But I think majority of the time I'm just going to call her.
Harsh.
Okay,
Hope to win.
new hand.
26.5 in the middle
Fold.
before a card is dealt.
Should start fighting for it.
I raise.
Sharon, yep. I feel like you've got to go with this.
Okay, that's
Fold.
me. All in.
Kind of a tough spot from Mark here.
I'm gonna fold.
Yeah, it's easy to go either way there. I think it depends on who shoved.
And your view of
Yeah,
Sharon,
I
really,
get. Yeah,
suppose.
it basically is his view of Sharon, so it's could be a good fold.
Okay, here we
Well,
are.
in fact, it was a
new
good fold in
hand.
this situation, but I
Yeah.
mean, maybe she's not shoving that many hands there.
I'm gonna fold.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna fold.
I think it's fair to say we've seen just the one unusual play.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of played to type. Sharon
I
passes,
fold.
the rest pass, kick off.
All in.
An opportunity with
Wow.
a short stack.
Kick off.
It's virtually a
Gone
blind
for it.
shove, really.
10-4 off. It's a good hand. I've got fond memories of the 10-4 off.
Well, he can add 25% or more of to his stack in this spot.
Fold.
And I think he's confident that his foes are playing pretty tight.
Everyone seems to be playing quite snug, yeah.
And even Vince here, like...
I can't see Vince falling off there with King 8. And he doesn't.
Yeah, I think...
Actually won quite a big hand once with 10-4 off against Kings. In with not many people left in an EP2.
that led to your first milestone victory.
I always smile when I look at it.
But does that mean that you always play it when you see
I'll
it?
sometimes play it,
Okay.
just for old time's sake.
New hand.
I wonder what the guy with kings still think. Does he still think about that hand?
I'm sure he does. We're actually turned out to be friends, and we're friends now.
Fold.
Well, I'm sure he just hates me a little bit though.
Yeah. To see one man's career go in a direction you may have felt your own could have done must be.
Yeah,
I fold.
I'm glad I was the person who won.
Yeah. Right. Well, here he goes again. And he's run into it. It's a shame.
Yeah,
He's got heart, the lad,
He
but
does.
he's going to need a 7.
7 or an 8.
Let's see the river.
Well, that would have put him on the map in this final table, but it did not. And that is the end.
I actually would have liked seeing a double up there.
Okay,
I liked his 10-4 shove.
Yeah. He's a quality player. It's the second Masters final table for him. Just 7th place for $3,000.
I think I'll raise.
But a nice performance.
Yep.
Fold.
Sharon with the jacks.
So who's it left to, Jake? Who can we see who's going to actually wrestle this win and not just leave it to the poker gods to decide for us?
I think was it Miift with the jack deuce.
Yeah, and the chip lead.
I feel like he's the most seems to have shown the most aggression.
Here comes
Well,
the flop.
there's an opportunity
Wow.
for someone.
That is a
Okay,
good
let's
flop
go.
for the 5-6 of diamonds.
Yes. Yeah, well, Mark's had the aces.
Yeah,
I bet.
and Sharon
uh,
betting 36 with just 140 back. I can't see anything but all the chips going in.
Yeah, and you can forgive Sharon for
Oh yeah, for sure.
calling this
Yeah.
inevitable.
I would be
raise.
like dancing around getting in here, and probably throw my laptop out the window.
Yeah, from absolute delight
Yeah.
to despair
When I
in
realised
just a few
I'm-
seconds.
Yeah, kind of dead.
I'm
Come
all
on the
in.
4%.
Let's have the turn card.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
naught.
Right, let's see the river.
That's unfortunate. Sharon, 1981. Let's see, is that her best result?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is. $4,000 for 6th place. And, you know, when the day's done, you look back on it and you're proud of yourself for making the Masters final table. And I suppose it's better than a bad beat, something like that. But
Yeah,
it's not
Kind of.
ideal, really.
it's frustrating.
Well, there's little she could have done about it. I mean,
No, there's nothing she could have done about it. No way.
yeah, 5 left. They'll all be absolutely delighted. It's almost like you've dodged all the kind of like small payouts,
Yeah.
and now you're on a big free roll.
You just free roll into the huge money.
Yeah.
All in. Fold.
Yep. Jack Queen for Vince.
I call. Fold. There you go.
Pretty easy call with the ace 10.
Here's
Yeah.
the flop.
Vince has been short the whole time and needs something, but it doesn't look good.
So-
Oh,
Oi, oi! There it is, and you know, 139 is
could be
still
a
short.
comeback. It's still short,
Could
but
be, but you know, as long as I always think
could be the start of a
once
comeback.
you've
Okay,
doubled
here we
up,
are, new hand.
the worst thing to do is sit back and
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
oh, now I've doubled up, I'm all right.
I agree.
Come on, Vince.
You want the momentum to stay with you too. You just want to keep
Fold.
pressing.
Fold.
Yeah, the blinds and antes coming out super
Raise.
fast now.
Fold.
Here goes Mark. He's had a nice little ride
All in.
so far.
108. Yep.
Well,
Likely shove. the king
160 more. Yeah.
Can't really call with the king 5.
Oh, look at that. I mean, the chip leader
Wow, it seems to have
has increased from 500 to 800 without us seeing
running
a great deal.
running away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, you know what? 4-0. I can't pick out a single hand I've seen the German play.
I can't think of one.
I can't think of one either.
He's just hanging in there.
Came in second in chips with 400k. Still there, so you know it's not a disaster.
Something secretly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fold.
Well, I guess if you're card dead the whole time, you just steal a few. You stick around and hope that changes.
Yep.
All in.
There we go. Quite impressed with the Canadian. Hate pocket fives. Has done everything he needs
Vince
to.
has to call there. Blind be blind.
Yeah, come on, Vince. 100k's not much.
Easiest call ever.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, for a second I was like,
If you're hate
paused.
pocket fives, are you kind of feeling a little bit? Oh, I got nit rolled.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
Here comes the river.
But then you get rewarded with a king, so that's unfortunate for Vince.
Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't suggest that the poker gods have punished you for waiting a bit too long.
Hand.
Not at all. 5th place. Short stacked along a lot of the way there. I couldn't get anything going. $5,000 the reward.
Now the big jumps are coming.
I think I'll raise.
EF opens a 10-8 of diamonds.
Hate pocket fives is winless on PKR. This could be an incredible
Oh, and he
start.
brings out the 4-bet with the 10-8 of diamonds.
Okay, that's me. All in.
Oh, he was quite shallow there as well. That was interesting.
Wow. Well, it could be between these top two now. I mean, Hate Pocket Fives will do everything he can to stay in.
Yeah.
New hand.
4-0, I guess we're going to have to keep an eye on.
Blinds are getting big now, though. Anything could happen.
That's
I think.
right. Although there's no hiding now, is there?
There is no hiding.
You know,
You just got to go for it.
I think I'll raise.
Mate, wow, if these two clash, that's tournament over, whoever wins this little battle.
Raise.
Could be the first to $1 million here.
Mark could.
I'm gonna call.
Ooh.
He peels. Oh, you don't like it.
The
Ooh.
flop.
But at the same time, if
Well,
it's an awkward situation now, like...
I'm all in.
Oh, my word. That is 500k. Mark's still got 3. That's like a pot-sized bet, basically.
I think I'd prefer him to bet small and call the jam here than just shove all in. I think like he's only ever going to get called by a bet hand. So.
Right.
But he might get, I don't know, Jack Queen 2 to just randomly go all in.
Okay. Well, Mark drops down to 3rd and Maeve protects that big chip lead with some aggressive play. Yeah, I guess Mark maybe was hoping that he had position and enough chips that maybe he'd get a chance to win the hand.
I think he was maybe hoping that Maeve just gave up, but with the way Maeve's been playing, I don't think he was going to.
Yeah, impressive stuff. Swiss player with just the one win on PKR. That is an Omaha showdown.
Fold. Yep. All in. I'm gonna call.
In it goes.
There you go.
Off to the
Here
races.
comes the flop.
It's not the flop Mark wants to see.
And here's the
Oh, that is an ugly way to win.
Right, indeed. Well, the story doesn't really matter, does it? And,
it is a flip, but it always hurts a bit more when you lose that way.
Yeah, and Hate Pocket Fives will really hate Pocket Fives now, I would imagine. Oh, that's terrible. The Canadian gets 7k. Best result for him, in fact, for any of these now. It is their lifetime best on PKR. And the chip leader is now pedal to the metal.
I'm sure there's a lot of excitement.
Oi, oi, after absolutely nothing all tournament, 4-0. He's now staring at least 84k.
Maybe more.
Pops it up.
Quite a small free bet.
You know, these two will have surely
Does scream strength.
Well, and also they will have seen how 4-0 is played over the last... You know, these Masters final tables take a good couple of hours. They will have had plenty of opportunity to assess the German.
I don't think Mark's going to go away here.
Well, he peeled the ace-9 and now... Is he just verging slightly on the side of...
I do find that sometimes when I get short-handed, people just seem to just go crazy.
Right.
Oh, that's horrible
Okay,
flop
let's
for
go.
4-0.
That is rather unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well...
This is a tricky
He's
spot.
played just the one hand, and it looks like his last. Oh no! Well, he's got Mark covered.
Yeah. This is pretty horrible. I think he probably just has to fold.
Well, it is an awful spot.
Yeah. That is not the flop you want to see.
Well, at least he makes the pass.
Yep.
That's something.
He did.
I know that in this day and 5-10 years ago, that's the easiest pass in the world.
These
But
days,
navadays,
everyone's
so
going
much
wild.
goes through your mind about, well, if he had an ace, would he really shove? That kind of stuff. But a decent pass, and that could make the difference.
Yep.
Well, here's a chance that we haven't seen for 4-0 before.
Fold.
Puts in the min raise.
Yep.
I'm gonna call.
Mark again. I think safe to say that.
Wow.
Oh my
wow.
God. Well, that doesn't happen
is
too
a
often.
ridiculous flop. nothing 4-0 can
Well,
do
you
here.
absolutely have to feel for 4-0.
Yeah,
Raise.
that is brutal.
I mean,
He has the kings against the ace-10,
Well,
flops
yeah,
an ace, and then has this joke of a
and
flop.
I think it's kind of fair to say that both times against a different opponent, you might have just won uncontested with the kings, and you might well have not seen your opponent defend with the 6-5.
Yeah, and then somehow get this flop.
Wow, it's terrible, really. How
No, he's just drawing to
how
a
can you
6.
feel that you're
And here's
behind?
the river.
And yet running
When you-
spades just to make sure.
That really
That
is
is brutal.
That is an awful 5-minute run. Well,
Now Mark's got a big chip lead.
Yeah,
Going his heads up.
That's crazy. Well, peeling has definitely worked out. $9,000 for 4-0.
Wow, aces first hand with the heads up.
Raise.
Oh boy!
I'm
And
gonna
you get the
defend
impression that there
5-8
aren't going to be many hands that go
Let's
raise
see the
fold.
flop.
check.
No, it doesn't seem like that.
Bet.
Mia seems to have some game, so
And here's the turn card.
Check.
164k.
Yep.
Makes it
That's not a
80.
flop.
Let's see
Yeah.
the river.
Mia have been quite stubborn with the 8-5.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Miff's just seen Mark defend with the 6-5. Well, that
Wow, that's
should be the end.
overkill.
Fold.
I feel like it would have been difficult for him to get another street of value out of the 8 anyway. There, be pretty
Okay,
optimistic
new
call
hand.
to call 3 streets with just an 8 there.
Yeah, and in terms of dynamic and in terms of style, I mean, these two definitely aren't the same. And it makes for an interesting matchup. I think Maeve, if he's been paying attention,
I'm all in.
will definitely have spotted a few.
Wow, Mark just calls it off with the king 9.
Right.
Wow, there
Here's
we
the
go.
flop.
Oh, he's got clubs. He's got loads to it.
This is the river.
Well, this could be
Wow.
it, but no, he's given a double up to a
Yes.
dangerous player who's acquitted himself really well over this final table.
Yeah, I feel like if Mia gets to even, or like around even, I feel like he'll take it down.
Yeah, well, Mark's
New hand.
peeled
I would
and
be a big
hit.
favourite.
If you peel a few times and miss, that's cost
Yeah.
you a significant amount of money, presumably.
Raise.
Yep.
Well, Maeve up to 747. There's not much in this.
But it
Let's
could just
see
be
the
your
flop.
day if you just keep peeling and keep hitting the best hand.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Mark checks it.
And they've both hit this flop quite hard.
Bet. Raise.
Yep, he's playing it very quickly.
Okay, here's the turn.
Well, I guess I was missing something there. The 7-4 floats.
Oh, I thought 7-4 had a club
yeah,
draw.
I was
Wow.
kind of. The thing is, I'm not going to argue with you until I'm absolutely sure that I'm going to be right. Oh boy, this could be it. No, he
Wow.
decides, even though he's hit the 7. Yeah,
I thought the 7-4 had clubs.
that's what I thought you thought, but I was just making sure that I was right. I was like, he doesn't hit it very hard. Yeah, he floated, hit the 7, and then obviously value bet 117 or whatever it was.
To give it up. Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was a little bit crazy, but I think Mark's kind of looseness has
Yeah, he's just
kind of
forced-
rubbed off on
Yeah,
Maeve, who
for
now
sure.
feels that he has to do the same thing.
I see that happen a lot.
Well, this looks good for Mark. A Masters win, well, for one of them.
Here's the flop.
Well, nothing for either.
Check.
And here's the turn card.
Check
Oh.
the 6.
It's just not going Mia's way.
Mark's gone ahead, but how is he going to extract value from this hand? He bets 40k. Maeve's got plenty behind.
Wow,
And
He
here's
calls.
the
with
He
river.
king
thinks
high.
the king high might be good.
Check.
Maeve checks. He's got 380 behind. Mark wants to squeeze a bit more value. 40k. It's virtually the minimum.
He can't.
He's induced.
Wow.
He's induced. If he can make the call, he has won the Masters.
This is. Oh my God. What a call.
Wow. He makes the call. And
Great call.
Meth's timing is just off there, and that is the end of it. Meth,
Great call from Mark to win it.
And a Masters title. He may well leap with joy. $25,000. An incredible roller coaster ride for Mark 1632.
Well, it was a milestone victory for Mark 1632 from Yarm in the UK. He takes home with him $25,000, and that's the biggest win of his PKR career to date. Dan, sum up that final table for us.
Well, I don't think you can win any poker tournament without being really lucky. And you have to play good and you get lucky too. And sure, Mark ran well, and by that I mean, you know, he got some big pairs that held up. He got lucky in a couple of pots. But, you know, he did everything that he had to do. And let's face it, winning a Masters, it doesn't matter how you do it, is an amazing moment in anyone's career.
Was it a coincidence that the top two were the most aggressive players at the table?
No, they didn't hang around. They both wanted to win it. I have to say, Meft, I mean, he was the chip leader for much of that. I felt like he was going to go on and win. He played excellent poker. I was most impressed with him.
Brilliant. Thank you very, very much, Dan. And, well, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining.